All right. So guys, welcome back. If you guys are following AntWak, then we do this kind of session like free masterclass and workshop session each week. So today's topic is Google Analytics, and we will be understanding the acquisition reports, and it will be taken care by Ishan. So I'll be introducing him in a while. Let's see the agenda for today's session. I'll be introducing him, and it's a very basic. Ishan will be walking through Google Analytics, and you'll be understanding acquisition reports. And later in the session, we can take Q&As. So let me take a moment and introduce Ishan. So Ishan is having plethora of experience. He is having 11 years of experience. He worked with Google, Tesco, Moose, Sigma, Infosys. He owned many hats from software developer to analytics manager, then digital marketing strategist. Now he's a program manager at Google. He's a self-motivated, passionate tech enthusiast who is committed to deliver his full ownership. As Ishan said, right, he came on time because he was on meeting. He said you'll be a little bit late, but he's on, so you can trust him for everything, end-to-end business and everything. So currently he is in charge of leading a dynamic and brilliant team at Google, servicing premium customers globally with best-in-class, digital solutions. So very warm welcome, Ishan.
Thanks, Rumpi. Thanks for the warm welcome and the lovely introduction. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining in on an evening during the weekday. I'm sure all of you must be busy with your offices. So we are looking forward to this interaction and session. So, Rumpi, if you click the slide.
Yeah.
So the thing that we're going to discuss today is acquisition reports in Google Analytics. So I would just say that there is one question that every online business or any blogger wants to understand, which is how are people finding my website? Right. So what do you think are the different people, the different ways through which you discover a website, or how do you land on a website? Can you start writing your answer in the chat window? Like, what do you think are the different ways for reaching a website?
Yeah, Nafees is seeing organic, referral, ads, Google search.
Okay, what else?
From Google or Facebook page, social media, through referrals, ads. Yeah.
Great. So all these are different marketing channels that can help you in reaching a website. And as a client yourself or as a business yourself, knowing your biggest and most profitable traffic sources is essential. So once you have that information, you have a better idea of where you should spend most of your time and efforts. So you can find all of this information and more in Google Analytics. More precisely, you can find data and insights into the acquisition reports of Google Analytics. So in today's session, we're going to explore that very important segment. We'll start off with how to access the acquisition reports, all the different sections the acquisition segment has, and we'll also share some valuable tips along the way on how you can leverage this information to improve your online marketing process. So let's start. Rumpi, if you can just click on. Yeah. So there are 4 different types of reports present in Google Analytics. So one is about your audience, like who your customers are. Second is how are they landing on your website, which is acquisition. That is what we're going to touch today. Third is behavior, which is what are they doing on your website once people land on your website. So what links are they browsing, what videos are they watching, what products are they browsing, what are they searching on your website. So all of that get tracked in the behavior reports. And finally, you have conversion reports, like how much value is being driven. And we also have some bits of attribution there, something that we'll discuss in detail when we go into the actual course. So Rumpi, if you can click on. Yeah, so like I said, there are 4 different types of reports. You can use acquisition reports to compare the performance of different marketing channels and discover which sources sends you the highest quality traffic and conversions. Now, this can help you make better decisions about where to focus your marketing efforts on. So before we discuss acquisition reports, I think it will be helpful to know how Google Analytics or GA identifies traffic sources for your website. So when a user lands on your site, the Google Analytics tracking code automatically captures several attributes about where the user came from. This includes traffic medium, source, campaign name. So you can think of medium as the mechanism that delivers users to your website. So examples of mediums are like, yeah, like you guys rightly pointed out before, it could be CPC, organic, referral, email. So you have, like I said, yeah, organic, as you all know, it is the unpaid search. CPC is a paid search campaign like Google text ads. Referral is used for traffic that arrived on your site after the user clicked on a website other than, let's say, a search engine. Email obviously is an email marketing campaign. So we spoke about medium, and then we have something called a source. So source provides more information about the medium. So for example, if the medium is referral, then the source will be URL of the website that referred the user to the site. Right. So for example, if there's a blog on which the referral campaigns was being run, so the medium would be referral, but the source would be that blog link. So if the medium is organic, then the source will have to be like a search engine, could be Google, Bing, or anything else. Correct. In case you want to further understand how the source medium works, I would strongly encourage you to look at all the promotional emails that you get, because that can clearly help you in identifying sourcing medium. In fact, we can do it right away. Rumpi, can you do one search for me?
Yes, yes. Let me.
Just type, let's say, any keyword. Let's just type, let's say, data science courses. Let's say who is offering data science courses. So we have
Yes.
first ad from IIT Madras. Let's click on it. So if you closely look at the URL, can you just highlight the URL that you've got here?
Yes.
Maybe do you want to copy it in some separate window so people can clearly see it? Let's say Notepad.
One second. Yes. Hello.
Yeah. Can you just copy the URL?
Yeah, yeah. I've copied. It came like this.
No, I want that actual URL that you copied there.
It's not coming. One second. It's coming in this way.
Which is weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, go back to that URL again. Because if you see it clearly here on the URL, if you can see UTM source, it says Google.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? And then you have some value in medium, and then further if you go, you can also see the campaign name. So try it out with any other campaign that you see, be it on Facebook, be it through your email, be it on YouTube. You'll always be able to see what is the source medium. So that helps an advertiser in understanding, okay, where this traffic is coming from and what do they need to do about this channel. And similar reports are being tracked under the acquisition section of Google Analytics. Cool, let's come back to the presentation, Rumpi. Sorry for this impromptu exercise.
No, no. Here. Right.
Yep. Okay. So next slide. Yes. So these are the different questions that an acquisition report in GA can help us in answering, which is which channel drives the most engaged traffic, which keyword contributes to the most traffic, what is driving high conversion rate, how does your traffic split look like how much of the traffic is coming from email versus social versus search, let's say, versus display, which landing pages are the most and least effective in terms of people landing on them directly, and what content are users reviewing on desktop versus mobile, because across all these reports, you can also have a split across devices. So if you move on to the next slide. So if you see this screenshot, I've taken this screenshot from the analytics account, which is a free demo account. You guys can all access it once you go back. This is a Google Merchandise Store. So as you see, acquisition reports has 6 different subsections. So you have an overview tab, then you have all traffic, then Google Ads, Search Console, social, and campaigns. The overview subsection in Google Analytics acquisition reports gives you a quick overview of the sources that send the most amount of traffic to your websites. For example, in this case, we can see it is direct, paid, search, display, affiliates. So it gives you also, this particular overview page gives you all the information like the channels that generate the most traffic to your website, the bounce rate, the pages per session, the average session duration for traffic coming from each of these channels, and also the conversions for traffic coming from these different channels, right? So if you move on to the next slide. Next, we have the all traffic section, which is similar to the overview page, except that it gives you more information about your traffic sources. It's further subdivided into different 4 sections like channels, tree maps, source medium, and referrals. So channels report almost looks similar to the report Google Analytics show you in the overview section. Tree maps is more like a visual representation of your data. The source medium report, however, gives you more granular information if you want to zero down on a particular traffic or a channel. So instead of generalizing and attributing traffic to one broad channel, right? For example, organic search, the source medium subsection will tells you the exact source of the traffic. For example, it could be a particular search engine, it could be a particular website or a blog on the internet or a special social media website. On the other hand, if you want to get more detailed information on the traffic coming from referrals channel, then you can explore the referral subsection. Let's move on to the next slide. Then come the Google Ads. So if you're also running Google Ads campaigns, you can get all the Google Ads traffic data in the Google Analytics account. All the information and traffic data will be reported in the Google Ads section. For the data to appear, however, you'll have to first make sure that both the Google Ads accounts and GA accounts are connected with each other. It is highly recommended that you do that because once you connect both the accounts, you'll be able to analyze visitor activity on your website, like what they do after they click. This gives you even more insights into what you should be doing to produce even better results. So identifying your most productive and profitable traffic sources is the first step towards optimizing your online marketing efforts. Without this knowledge, you'll have no way to know which traffic channels should require most of your attention. So I won't go into the details of each and every report. If you're interested in learning more about some of the other reports in GA, obviously you can join the course. But now let's look into certain questions. So we have a demo for you wherein we'll go through GA and we'll try to answer a few questions. So it makes it like more experiential learning. So Rumpi, if you move on to the next slide. Yep. So these are the 4 questions that we'll try to answer. Essentially, we'll take a demo account in Google Analytics. I quickly start sharing my screen after this. We'll try to understand, okay, what is a Google Ads campaign which had generated the highest conversion rate within a given date range? How many transactions are coming from, let's say, a display campaign or display channel in the UK in certain time range? What is the average bounce rate coming from, let's say, a channel like paid search? And also the last question is, what is the average pages per session for tablet when the traffic is coming from a certain source medium combination, which in this case is YouTube, referral. So which means a referral campaign was being run on YouTube. Cool. So Rumpi, if you want, I can start presenting now.
Yes, you can start. So meanwhile, Deepak is asking one question, sir. Can you repeat what we need to add with Google Ads?
Sorry?
He's asking, can you repeat what we need to add with Google Ads? I didn't. Deepak, you can unmute yourself and ask. Hello.
Good evening, sir, first of all.
Hello, hi, good evening.
Deepika is
traffic coming from and
Deepika, we can't hear you.
Sorry, your voice is breaking, Deepika, but if I understand your question, it is like, what did I mention when I was saying Google Ads versus GA? All I'm saying is that if you can link the two platforms, then you can start getting your Google Ads data also into GA, which would also help you in analyzing like how your Google Ads campaigns have been running. So post this session, maybe you can search on Google on how do you link that. But yeah, I mean, you can link the other platforms data into GA so that everything is into one place.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Now everything is clear.
Perfect. Thank you. Let me
Yeah,
start
Ishan, you can
sharing.
share.
Yeah, I'm sharing. Can you all see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay. So the first question that we have is, what is the Google Ads campaign with the highest CVR? Can you all see the screen that I have?
Yeah, we can see.
Perfect. So how do we answer this? So this is how your Google Analytics account would look like. Can you all see the GA interface?
Yes, we can see.
Yes.
Great. So like I said, this is a Google merchandise store. It's a demo account. You all can also get the access to it. Maybe post this session, you can search on how to access a demo account for GA, and then you can practice. You can look through different reports, try to understand what each of these reports mean. For our question, I've selected a date range of Jan to December 2020. So what I'll do is, here I have a date filter. I'll just filter on the dates that we have finalized, which is Jan 1 to December 31st, 2020. And then let's look at this question. So the question says, what is the Google Ads campaign with the highest conversion rate? So CVR is conversion rate, which means which one is driving majority of your conversions. So conversion rate is calculated using conversions divided by clicks. So all that I need to do is I'll go into acquisition section. So since we're talking about Google Ads campaign, I'll go into Google Ads, and then I'll click on campaigns. Now, this is what we are going to track, which is the e-commerce conversion rate. So we need to identify the campaign that has the highest conversion rate. So right now it's randomly sorted. So if I click on this column, it will sort it in the descending order. So as I can see, this drinkware campaign has the highest conversion rate, which means C option is going to be the answer in this case. You can also track the other metrics, for example, clicks, cost, CPC, which is cost per click, like how much are you paying for each click, the number of users that came through that campaign, the number of sessions that happened through that campaign, and what was the bounce rate of that campaign, which means if people click on this campaign and land on the website, 41% of them went back from the same page. And then you also have a metric like pages per session, which is if people click on the drinkware campaign and land on this website, within that one session, they were on an average browsing more than 4 pages up to 5 pages. Okay, so anytime you want to understand a campaign performance which was run through Google Ads, you just need to come into acquisition, Google Ads, and then look at campaigns, and you look at the different metrics associated with that campaign. Okay, let's look at the next question. So the next question is, what is the average bounce rate for the traffic which is coming from paid search? Where do you think we can find this information?
Guys, you can unmute yourself and tell.
Behavior section.
Sir, all traffic.
Okay, behavior, no, because we are, like I said, this session is only dedicated to acquisition reports. So all traffic is fine. Now what should I check next?
Channels.
Okay, I check channels. What's the answer? So the question is, what is the average bounce rate for the traffic coming from paid search?
Through enable sharing.
49.98%.
49.
I think it's written here, the last one, which is 8 paid search, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. So the question was, what is the bounce rate for the traffic coming from paid search? So in this case, as you can see, the bounce rate is 49.98%. Correct? Which is from
Yeah,
paid search.
right.
What can you do with this information?
Optimize our website,
Like how?
user interface, we can
Landing
improve.
page, landing page. We want users to land on the exact landing page so that they are
Sorry, your
into the
voice is not clear. Can you say that again?
landing page. We can optimize because mostly when the user land, the first they should be able to gather the right information at the right place. So I think we have to focus more on the landing page. So which landing page is would be more deliverable. So we can now have to optimize the landing page.
Okay. What else can we look at?
Can look at the site speed of the website if it is loading, or we can look at we can optimize the images. Basically, the images sometimes take a lot of time, so user might get frustrated and then likely what. So site speed, image, interface could be one. So I think these are the basic things. So if we are able to focus on these three things, rest parameters we could work on later depending upon how our bounce rate performs. So if these three parameters are ensured, the bounce rate would fall to some extent. So if you are able to keep it under 30 or 25, which is I guess permissible, because sometimes so because there would be some clicks which happen randomly, because we have to, I think, in this whole scenario we have to understand the buyer persona. So I think if we are able to identify our audience, and if we are able to completely know the buyer persona, it helps us in optimizing the website. So we are interested in those who are really keen to land on our website. We are not interested, maybe we won't pay attention to those who are coming randomly. So we have to focus on our audience. So we have to define the exact buyer persona, how our buyer would ideally look like. So keeping that in mind, we have to optimize.
What's your name?
My name is Nafis.
Nafis. So thanks, Nafis. I mean, you've given a wonderful description about how do we go about optimizing websites, and then also about buyer personas. So that's great. Is there anything else that we can also do?
I would like to add, this is Rohan this side.
Hi, Rohan.
Yeah, hi, good evening.
Good evening, Rohan. Go ahead.
What I would like to add is, as it's already showing 49.98%, and
Can the others go on mute, please?
yeah.
Sorry, Rohan,
Yeah,
go ahead.
I made that. Okay.
Right. So as it's showing, users, new users and sessions. So new users, we can already make out that, people who are visiting the website for the first time and who are currently, the current users of it. And new users are, of course, the new users means they have used it earlier. They have come earlier, but they've again gone back. And new users means who are visiting the website for the first time, and that's why they're considered as new users. And
Right.
sessions, and as you just mentioned, that bounce rate is that average what time, what is the duration that they have gone through the website, or what is the average time people have been into the website and they have checked. So I think, and that is why it's known as paid search. And perhaps it talks about the websites which are in people pay, or it signifies that, okay, these particular pages are paid, or particular website, and that's why it is known as paid search. That's what I understood.
Got it. No, my question was like, once you have this information, right, which is 49.98 of close to 50, let's say 50% bounce rate of paid search,
Right.
what can you do about it? So I know Nafis rightly pointed out that maybe we can go back and change websites, and then maybe we can also look at the customers that we're targeting.
We can I mean, the customers, we can figure it out that what customers are exactly looking for, and therefore we can segregate, and we're like depending on their needs, depending on what they want or what they're looking for, like that.
That we can do. In addition, what more we can do is we have covered the website aspect and the customer persona. The third thing that we can also look at is the actual campaign that we've been running.
Okay.
Right? If we go into the details of this campaign and figure out why are the bounce rates high for this campaign? Is it because the content that we have for this campaign is not aligned with the landing page that we're directing people to? So I'm sure a lot of you would have come across different search links wherein you're searching for something else. You see the link, you click on it, but the landing page is completely different.
Right.
Right. So maybe that is one thing, that maybe the advertiser linked it to a wrong landing page by mistake, and that's the reason people are bouncing off. Correct.
Yes, yes.
Plus, and it has happened a lot of time. Like it happens very frequently. I mean, it happened with one of the advertisers that I was also working for, wherein they were doing like seasonal sale, but the campaigns that they uploaded initially were directing it to some completely random page, which is not relevant. So we had to quickly ask them to fix it. So all these mistakes happen. Further, what you can do is you can also have different other data cuts. So for example, within page search, I can look into different other dimensions, like, okay, how is it performing across different devices, let's say. Am I only seeing bounce rate high from mobile as compared to desktop? Is desktop working fine, or is it the consistent thing across? Maybe the landing page is not optimized for mobile, and that is the reason I see high bounce rate from mobile as compared to, let's say, device or tablet, sorry, desktop or tablet. So you have something called as secondary dimension. So for example, I can add secondary dimension of devices here, and you can add there are different other options as well. You can feel free to explore. Wherein I can further break it down and see, okay, with paid search and desktop combination, let's say, what is the bounce rate? With paid search mobile combination, what is the bounce rate? So I can see all possible combinations, which can also further give me an idea around, okay, where do I need to look into when I need to fix the problem? Does it make sense?
Yeah. Ishan sir, I have one question to ask. May I please ask?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Could you please tell me what's the meaning of organic search?
So organic search, let's type in here. Can you all see my search engine?
Yes.
Let's again look for the same keyword, which is data science courses. So you see these 4 results.
Correct.
These are paid results. These are paid search, because you
because
can see
it's written ad.
It's written ad.
Right.
Anything that you see below, which doesn't have any ad in it. For example, this Coursera link.
Okay. So this is an organic search.
This is an organic search because this is non-paid.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for answering.
Ishan, can you quickly tell, like Varun is asking, what does even bounce rate means? So can you quickly tell this?
Sure. So bounce rate is simply, let's say if let's say I click on this link and I land on this website, this is Great Lakes. I don't do anything on this page, right? I just go back, which means I didn't browse any other link on that website.
Scroll down.
I didn't scroll multiple pages. I just went off. So that is what is called as bounce. So I'm bouncing off the page. And let's say if a campaign drove 100 people to the website, but 50 people just came back, that means 50% was the bounce rate for it. Which clearly means that I was not engaged with that page.
Hello, Ishan sir. Aditya.
Yep.
Good evening.
Good evening.
So what is the ideal bounce rate can be?
Yeah, there's no ideal. I think Nafis was mentioning it could be less than 30.
Okay, less than 30.
It could be like, depends on industry to industry. Now, for example, if you are a blogger and you want people to read that particular article itself and not browse through any other links on the page, then maybe higher bounce rate is a good for you.
Okay.
right? So it depends on what you want actually out the customer to do.
Okay, sir. Okay.
But
I
ideally,
get
it should be less. I mean, you should have like lesser bounce rate. Like people should not be bouncing off your pages because you want them to take action on your website.
you. Yes, exactly. Thank you.
Okay, let's move on to the third question. So the third question is, how many transactions are coming from display in the UK? So where can I find this?
In the acquisition, and we go on to display all traffic. Just, yeah, all traffic.
All traffic may which report?
Yeah, so we have got display. So we can in the display we can secondary dimension we can choose as the country in the display
Okay.
section. Secondary dimension we can use as a country. Uh, do we have secondary dimension as a country? Yeah, country. So United, we can select UK. Display UK. There it is. Okay.
So you are right till this part. What we can do next, I mean, to make it more simply is that let's say I can click on advanced here and apply filters.
Okay.
Right. So let's say I apply a filter for United Kingdom. Correct. Then because you're only bothered about display, so let me apply a filter for display as well. So you can apply multiple filters. So this will give me data only for display UK. So how many transactions have we got?
0.
0. Correct. So you can add secondary dimensions. You can also add filters so that you're only looking at the set of data that you're interested in checking. Is the filtering part clear, or do you want me to show that again?
Please show it once again.
Clear.
Sure. So when you see the report, you have something called as an advanced here. Let's say, let me cancel it again. So if you see close to this search bar, you have an option called advanced. When I click on advanced, it gives me an option to add filters. Right? So it could be country containing this or exactly matching this, beginning with this, or different options. So let's say if I want to enter India.
Okay, thank you, Ishan. Now it's clear.
Great. So if I enter India, then I'll only see India specific data. Cool. Then let's look at the last question. So the question is, what is the average pages per session for tablet when the traffic is coming from this particular link, which is youtube.com/referral or this channel? How do I get an answer to this question?
Acquisition and then source video.
Source medium?
Yeah, source medium.
So I hope all of you remember source medium, wherein we were struggling with Rumpi to get that link. Let's see if this gives anything. Yeah, so in this campaign, as you can see here, right, source is Google, medium is search, then you can also see the campaign name. Cool. Go ahead. What will I do next?
Then we have organ direct. We can secondary dimension with you.
Secondary dimension as?
YouTube, maybe.
YouTube.
Yeah, I mean video. Sorry.
No, there's nothing like that.
Sir, device.
Why device?
Referral we can have because it is normally through referrals.
Why device?
Sir, tablet is written.
Yes, so we'll add secondary dimension as device in this case because we already have source medium information in this column. So we need an extra column for device category. What's next from here? Okay, let's go back to the question again.
Maybe we can use filter, advanced search.
Yep, so what filter will you use?
Medium and source.
Okay, I'll click on source medium containing what?
YouTube.
Okay, let me use YouTube. Anything else?
A referral. Medium and source referral.
So I'll just type in the full thing, right? youtube.com/referral. Let's apply, see if we get anything. There seems to be a lot of data. It's taking time to load. Okay, so we have these options. What is the answer now to this question? What do I do here? So I need to find the average pages per session wherein the source medium is
2.38.
2.38, right? Exactly. So this is the number of pages that a person browses when they're coming from this particular channel, which is from a referral campaign through a YouTube link and on tablet. To make it more simple, I mean, what we could have done is we could have just said exactly matching YouTube.referral, and I could have added another filter on device. So this would have only given me that particular row that we're interested in.
Ishan, I have one question here.
Yep.
So as of now, we're considering only youtube.com/referral. So before that, we have got some more that's starting with mobile.youtube.com. So why aren't we not considering that? Even those are also
we
from
can.
YouTube and referral, right?
We can, but the question was this: like people were
Okay.
coming from the source medium was youtube.com/referral and not m.youtube.com.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Okay, so this brings me like towards the end of the demo for GA. I thought I'll give you a quick overview of how it works, how different acquisition reports look like, what kind of data we can find. I thought we had a good discussion around that entire bounce rate piece. So yeah, back to you, Rumpi, unless people have any questions.
Yes, let me tell everybody about AntWak, then we can take little questions, right?
Perfect.
Let me share my
I'll
screen.
stop sharing.
Let me share my screen. Can you guys see my screen? Ishan, can you see my
Yes.
screen? Yes. Okay.
Yes, yes, yes.
All right. So, guys, let me talk about what AntWak we are doing. We are an experiential learning movement, which is powered by industry leaders like Ishan. So we have three philosophies, right? So first one is learning from practicing professionals. So what in AntWak we did is we brought experts across the globe. They came and shared their experiential knowledge. Like even Ishan also did that. So what they learned from their job, they shared everything. They shared their experience with us. And second one is learning by doing. We believe focus on practical hands-on knowledge rather than theoretical gyan. Like today we did hands-on, right? So in that way. And third one is learning through live immersive classes rather than doing self-recorded content, because we believe in live classes the study, the knowledge will be more immersive, more effective. So believing in these three philosophies, what we as an AntWak did, we introduced a master's program in digital marketing. The duration is 16 weeks, where if each like for this 16 weeks program we have experts. So if I have experts from Amazon, Google, we have Ishan, he is doing marketing analytics module. We have experts from Geo7, Hotstar, Puma. So those experts are coming and teaching you guys, and everything will be hands on. For each module we'll be having projects. We'll be having real time projects. For our cohort batch, they did Google ad campaign, they did Facebook ad campaign, they worked on marketing brief, they worked on my MailChimp. So for each module, each module will be having project, everything will be real time, and you can get your hands dirty on different tools, more than 12 plus tools. As you can see, Uber Suggest, Elementor, Google Ads, Screen Fog, Elementor, Facebook ads. So if you guys are interested, so please check out. I'll put the link now in the chat box. You can check it out now, and if you can sign up now, we can talk to you, can catch up with you, and some discount is also going on if you guys can sign up now. And yeah, and Ishan is taking marketing analytics part. And Ishan, can you quickly add about your module, what you teach there, like your what you demonstrated there?
Sure, Rumpi. So in marketing analytics, I mean, we'll cover different aspects. So right from what is marketing, what is analytics, and then what is the combination. Like why marketing analytics is extremely important. We'll also bust some of the myths that are associated with marketing analytics. So some people have this feeling that marketing analytics is destroying the art of marketing. So we'll bust some of those myths. I'll give you some projects to work on. So some hands-on projects. So we have 3 projects wherein you're going to take the actual data and try to come up with insights and solutions to the given problem. So we'll do that. So we'll get sufficient time to solve for those projects. And then similar to what we did today, we went through one of the acquisition reports in GA. We'll have a detailed session, hands-on session around Google Analytics on different reports available in GA, and how do you make best use of them, and how do you use them in your real life situations.
Yes, so guys, and we have 12 plus modules. So for this, each expert will be coming and teaching you guys, and everything will be very hands-on, right? Hands-on environment. So yeah, please do check out. And I think 10 minutes are left, guys. You can ask questions now. We are end of the session. You can ask question. Yes, anybody?
Yeah, I would like to ask one question. Is Ishan sir still there?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
he
go
is.
ahead.
Yeah, sir, in terms of, first of all, a very thank you to you that you have explained, the acquisition report pretty nicely. So thank you for that. And
Thanks.
I would just like to, ask that in terms of Google Analytics, which is a more, relevant and, important, like the GA Google Analytics, or the earlier one, which is Universal Analytics? Because now they have GA4, which is the new form of seeing the reports in Google Analytics. So which one would you give more preference to it, the latest one or the earlier UA version one?
Like, how does that matter?
Yeah, because since I'm reading a lot of things that GA4 is much more beneficial and relevant, but I would say I think both are important, because as long as we get the right kind of reports and we can understand, so I think both are relevant. I would say that.
Yeah. See, obviously, because of the reasons that I am bound by my employer, so I cannot choose one of them. I would say if whatever works for you, works for you.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, like I cannot answer this question because of the contractual things, but yeah.
No,
So
I totally
if
get
the
it.
previous thing works for you, it works for you. Be happy with
Okay.
that. If you want to move on to GA4, move on to GA4.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, thank you, sir, for answering.
No problem. Sorry, go on.
Okay.
Yes. Anybody else? I think Ashish unmuted himself. Ashish, you want to ask question? Any more question? Okay, Mahavir, go ahead.
Hello.
Hi, Mahavir.
Hi, Ishan. So my question is that can we get an insight of bounce rate, like where we can find that somewhere we are getting the bounce rate higher, like from PC or mobile browsers.
Yeah, we can do that. So, for example, if you remember, we went through the reports, right? And then for whatever combination that you want to look at, you can see a device level bounce rate. You can also add secondary dimensions and go up to any kind of details that you want. So if you remember, we went through the secondary dimensions wherein for a particular scenario, we also added devices at the secondary dimension to see, okay, what is the bounce rate as per them.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mahavir. I think Gokul wanted to ask question. He raised his hand. Anybody else?
Is Gokul asking his question?
No, actually, he lowered his hand. He raised his hand before. So,
Okay, no problem.
Yeah. Okay. Vignesh is asking, what about Google's recent algorithm updates?
What about them, Vignesh? Which algorithm are you talking about?
Yeah, Vignesh, you can unmute yourself and ask question. No, the question is not clear at all.
Yeah, if you can be specific about which algorithm are you talking about?
Okay, maybe some issues will be there. Any more questions, guys?
So there are different algorithms that gets updated like almost very frequently. Correct. So like I'm not sure which algorithm you are talking about. Even the search algorithm gets frequently changed so that we show better results on the search page. Your smart bidding algorithms change in order to make sure that the customers are achieving their goals. So the algorithms keep changing. So if you could have been more specific about what algorithm are you referring to, would have been great.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, Ishan sir. I have one question.
Are you Vignesh?
No, not Vignesh.
Aditya.
Okay.
Aditya.
Hi Aditya, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine. Recently, I came to know about news that Google launched a creative studio.
Okay.
Ad creative studio, like Facebook.
Okay. Okay.
Could you please tell something about that?
Sorry, first of all, I'm not the right person to answer that. I don't have much knowledge about it. And then second, I don't think it comes as a part
Hello.
of this session.
So your voice is not coming properly.
So Aditya, what I'm saying is, first of all, I am not representing Google here, so I cannot answer that question.
Okay.
So if you have any questions related to what we spoke today in the session or anything regarding this AntWak course, then maybe we can take those questions.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, we can take this question. Darshil is asking, Google Analytics shows the result of Google ads only?
No. So you can also look at the other campaigns. So if you scroll further, you can see social campaigns, and then you can also look at all the other campaigns that you've been running.
All right. So we have another question that's related to some career related questions. Jay is asking how to start his career in SEM, search engine marketing, if he's freshers, like how to approach companies or agencies.
So who is asking this?
Jay.
So hi Jay. Uh, may I know like what's your current understanding on SEM? Like where are you placed currently?
I think he's having some audio issues, so that's why he's a fresher, he's saying.
Okay. So if you are a fresher, then possibly what I would suggest you is to build up some knowledge on what SEM is. Let's say go through some online course, be it AntWak or be it any other, wherein Google also has free SEM courses wherein they talk about what different search campaigns are and how are those search campaigns run. Once you have that understanding, try to implement them. Let's say you create your own blog or you create a website wherein you are trying to run a few search campaigns on yourself so that you get some experiential learning, and then start applying for different roles. Look out for agencies who are looking for freshers in this domain, and maybe I think that should help you in finding a role of an SEM analyst or a PPC analyst, as they call it in different organizations. So maybe that's a better move. But first of all, I would say like build some knowledge around it. What is it? What exactly is it? How is it different from the other channels? And then possibly look out for applying for roles.
All right. Okay. I think we don't have any more questions, guys. If you have any questions, you can ask. I think. No more questions, Ishan. Okay. So we can finish the session now. So guys, thank you so much for joining the session. And Ishan, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, for the insightful session. Always you are like your sessions are so good. And guys, if you guys are interested, you can check the link. I put the link in the chat box, and if you sign up now, you will get some offer like 5,000 rupees off in your course. So please do check out. Thanks a lot. Thank you, Ishan.
Thank you so much, everyone. Wish you all the best for your career ahead. And thanks so much, Rumpi, for inviting.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you. Bye. Take care. Have a
Bye.
good
Take
evening.
care.